Hello, all you precious people out there. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Don't everybody say something at the same time. I mean, I know. My streams are in high demand, I know. I got tons of people watching right now. Today, we're going to be playing some excellent... well, actually, I'm not going to say it unless you guys can tell by the sound. We're going to be playing some video juegos. That's Spanish for video juegos. We're going to get started in just a second. Hey, oh him. Welcome, good lad. How are ya doing? So good to see you, buddy. Welcome back to the stream. We're playing some video juegos today. I'm actually just doing some trophy hunting, but I'm really excited about tonight, because tonight I'm picking up my collector's edition copy of Sekiro. So I'm probably going to do an unboxing tonight, an unboxing stream. I won't be able to play it, unfortunately, because I have to pick my wife up from the bus station at 11:30. But I'll pick the game up at 9. I'll come home, I'll do the unboxing, then I'll have to go pick her up, and then I'm going to play it tomorrow morning. I'm so excited for that game. But how are you, Ohem? She can walk. She can walk. Oh God, that would not go over well. It's only like 7-8 miles away. No big deal. 7.5 miles away. She can walk it. I really do want to play it though. I'm so excited. But I'm gonna do the unboxing, show everybody what I've got for it. I cannot wait. It's gonna be it's gonna be masterpiece. So I spent $90. I might as well just, I don't know what I'm waiting for here. Transition, yeah. Hello, my honey. Hello, my darling. Hello, my ragtime gal. I only spent $30 more on the collector's edition. Can you believe that? The game's $60, obviously, standard edition. Well, maybe not obviously, but it's the standard is $60, and then the collector's was $90. That's it. And it comes with an 8-inch statue, a steelbook with the game, an art book, yeah, baby, Resident Evil 2. Well, how's it going, Flair? Oh, ow! Good to see you, buddy. I was just talking about how I should probably turn my controller on. I was talking about how I'm going to be unboxing by the way, welcome, the Sekiro Shadows Die Twice Collector's Edition tonight. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Oh no, yeah, not for Resident Evil 2. This is for Sekiro, but I'm going to be playing Resident Evil 2. It comes with a statue, an 8-inch statue. It comes with an art book. It comes with a steel book. It comes with a map, like a cool scroll-looking map. It comes with some coins, and it comes with a soundtrack. It comes with all that stuff. 6 items for $30 more. It's insane. Usually you pay like $200 for that. I'm doing well. We're at the dentist today to check my front teeth. There were white spots on the composite fillings, so I was worried. I got them checked, but apparently it's nothing to worry about. Okay, well that's good. Never heard of it. You never heard of Sekiro? Oh, ban. See you. No, it's honestly, I cannot wait for that game. Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. Gonna be amazing. $10 for the visit. Wow. I'll pay $10 for assurance. All right. So I got to get a couple of trophies for this guy still. I have to get a lot of trophies for it, but I have to get. Oh, and the Ghost Survivors just came out not too long ago, so that's like the extra DLC. There's some records that I still have to get. I have to read all the files. I'm missing 2. Sup, cute toast. How's it going, buddy? I have to get 2 files more, which is in Leon's second run. So I'm doing his second run right now. Gonna get those files. These 2, I have to complete both Leon and Claire's story on either standard or hardcore with an S rank. I'm probably just going to do it on standard, to be honest, because it's really hard. And then I got to beat it on hardcore, just beat it on hardcore. And then I have to basically beat it without using a recovery item. I was really close, actually. The last playthrough, I only had to use 1 recovery item. So I think I can do it. Clear the game without opening the item box. That's going to be a little challenging, but I think I can do it. Take 14,000 steps or fewer in 1 playthrough. Now that, I'm really going to have to figure out how to do that. Because 14,000 steps, I'm averaging like 25,000 steps each playthrough. But I'm also like going and doing everything. So I'm going to have to just try and figure out the minimalist way. And then this one's simply just complete the 4th Survivor extra mode, which I can do that. So the hardest one is probably going to be... It might actually be this one, the 14,000 steps, because getting an S rank, I think I can do it, especially if it's on standard. I just have to beat it within, I think, 3 hours and 30 minutes to get an S rank. And I think I can do that. And then hardcore, I don't have to, there's no requirements other than just beating it on hardcore. So right now I got to get this one, read all the files, and then I'll also show you, also granted disability relief. So the max what I pay for any well-effectively treatment is $20. This time was a simple checkup. Okay, that's cool. Yeet. Yeet. Let's see. So these are the bonuses, or these are the extra modes. We got the 4th Survivor, which I haven't started yet. Then we got the Ghost Survivors. No Time to Mourn, Runaway, and Forgotten Soldier. These are free DLC, so anybody can play them at any time. It's free DLC. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, exactly. Just stick to doing the main story, no side pickups. Exactly. I'm gonna have to figure out the way of just going straight through, and you know, if I have to backtrack, then I'm gonna have to just load an earlier save or something. That's the only thing, is it's basically gonna be a game of memory of like, okay, now let's go this way. Okay, now let's go this way. And then records. I have almost all the records unlocked. Except... So I gotta do this one. This is basically you have to stab William in the eye, in the big eye, on your first fight with him. So I can do that, it's easy. These ones are just the... what is it? I have to open the jail's electronic cell door within a certain amount of time, without a certain amount of moves. And then this one is open the private collection electronic door in a certain amount of moves. So, shouldn't be that hard. I'll figure it out. This one's for reading all the files. This is for completing all the stories, I think. And then A rank, S rank. So just for getting S rank, I'm going to get the bonus weapon, the Samurai Edge, which I'm looking forward to. And there's actually more records than there are trophies. So it's possible to get all the trophies and not complete all the records, which is kind of interesting. But so I've got all these, which are like basically... Did they just add these? The jiggly deliciousness, the perfect chewiness, and acquired taste, and exquisite sweetness. I never even noticed these before. They must have just added these. That's so bizarre. I didn't even notice these. The jiggly deliciousness, the perfect chewiness, an acquired taste and exquisite sweetness. Can't get enough. I have no idea what these are. I'm gonna have to look that up. Cool. All right. Well, let's continue. Isn't that so weird? Like, where did those come from? Those weren't there literally yesterday when I was playing through this. Still got to finish Spider-Man. Recently bought the Monkey Island collection. Yeah! It's cheap on Steam. Okay. Doom 2016, Diablo 1 on Good Old Games. Oh yeah, that's right. Diablo 1. So I'm right about to fight... So I haven't used any recovery items yet. But of course, I happened to get bit. I'm also playing on assisted because if we're going to be honest here, it's the fastest way of getting the trophies that don't require difficulties. I already beat it twice on standard. Eventually, I'm gonna beat it on. Hardcore. I'm just getting the straggler trophies and records, so I might as well just play it on assisted mode. Make it nice and easy. Do I have... I do have that. So what I'm going to do is go back. Because I didn't realize this last time. But... Oh, by the way, have you seen the Shaggy meme mod for RE2? No. The Shaggy meme mod for RE2. That sounds amazing. So check it out, guys. The USB dongle key. Remember the dongle key we used for the computer in the STARS office? Alright, so we're going to close it back up. You can't discard this. Wow. How are you supposed to... There's only so many items you can pick up. Oh, I guess you can discard it once it's red. Once it has a red check mark. I have not seen that though. I'll take this grenade. Alright, so check it out. So I didn't know how to unlock this. But basically that's how you do it. So that's how I was missing this. There we go. And now see I can, oh, I don't even need it anymore, to be honest. I could just leave it there. Because it's... we're just going to discard. We don't need it anymore. What does it look like though, the Shaggy meme mod?
What the?
Alright, let's make sure we got that knife equipped. Alright. We got the crappy knife equipped. I've got my infinite knife. This should be really easy. Just gonna skip.
It won't work on this thing.
Oh! I had one bullet left. Ah. Really? All right.
No choice. Gotta take it.
Come on, grab me. Yeah! All right, I did it. All right. That means I should have the... Yeah! All right, right in the eyeball. Cartoon stylization, but it's so out of place. Like, let's get out of here, Scooby. Like, run! Alright, so I just got... That was so easy. Again, I'm playing on assisted mode, so it makes sense that it's easy. I remember the first time I fought him, and he just destroyed me. I was like, Mike, man, this is so hard. Oh my god, how does anybody beat him?
Somebody's watching me.
Like, holy cow, how do I beat this guy? He's insane. I mean, yeah, I get it. I'm playing unassisted. It's supposed to be easy. But even on standard and hardcore, it's the same. It just requires more bullets. That's really the difference. Combine. I'm gonna see how long I can go without using a recovery item, because it would be really nice if I could get that trophy and not have to worry about it. Oh, there's my knife. I don't know if I want that. Let's see if I have room for it. Hello, Atlantis. Welcome back. It's good to see you, Atlantis. How are you? Welcome. Yeah, baby. Yes, how are you? How are you guys? How is everybody doing? How are you today? Hope y'all are doing well. I'm doing well. I'm so excited, by the way. I've been doing fine. How about you? I am, well, right now I'm doing excellent. Because there's something that's coming out tonight. And that is Sekiro! Wait. Sekiro! This is marketing material. Marketing material. I've got a poster too. I've got a bunch of posters. Sekiro! Sekiro! I know, I'm crazy. I've got even more too. I've got one for Resident Evil back here as well. Yeah, I've got posters for everything. Well, for the stuff that I like. They're not hanging up yet. I've got a huge poster for Battlefield 5. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to get it back in its place. Get back where you belong. That's good. Alright. Is it though? Awesome, yeah. So Sekiro's coming out tonight. I pre-ordered the collector's edition. I can't wait for it. I just gotta make sure I didn't ruin that. Sorry guys, I'm like... Speaking of, I got this one too. Resident Evil. I got so much marketing stuff. Perks for... It's part of the job, one of the perks. So I got the collector's edition tonight. It's coming out at 9 p.m. I'm going to be doing an unboxing for it. Just for you guys. 9 p.m. unboxing. I know you'll probably be asleep, but... Like, honestly, I don't even care if nobody's there. I'm still doing it, because I'm super excited. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Oh no. I'll definitely just throw out the knife if I have to. Just toss the knife. I mean, look at it. It's pretty much done. I get maybe one more use out of it. That's it. I don't even need it, too. I have my infinite knife. There should be a drop item. Instead of just discard, there should be a drop item as well. Oh no! Well, whatever. I don't need it if I'm not going to be healing myself. There should be a drop and then a discard as well, or just maybe just a drop item. That would be nice. Huh. That's fair. Yeah. But oh my gosh, I'm so excited. The collector's edition. I was just telling Ohem and Flair. The collector's edition has a 8-inch statue. It's got a scroll map. It's got Sekiro collector's edition coins. It's got the game. It's got a steelbook case for it. It's got an art book. It's got a soundtrack. I think that's everything, but that's for just $30 more. For $90, you get the whole thing. Like, you get all of that. I might as well just go back and get the other health. I don't know what. No, if I'm not going to use health, then why would I need to go back and get it? There we go. Wait. Let me just check something. Okay, yeah, I haven't used any items yet. What am I looking at? An hour and a half? All right. Yeah, I should be about a half hour at this point. So I gotta definitely cut down on my time. You could just leave the junk knife on an enemy. True. I could just go to the next enemy. It's whatever. I just discarded it. No big deal. Uh-oh. Ruh-roh. You guys hear that? Yeah, I don't have the card for it.
Damn. Need a key card.
Oh. You
gotta be kidding me. Get off of me! Hey! Who is that?
Stay sharp. Lower it. FBI.
Fabai?
Thank you
Wow, that dog is ridiculous.
for your help.
Mm-hmm.
Surprised you made it this far.
FBI, huh? What's going on here?
Sorry, that information's classified.
Classified
No.
information.
Do yourself a favor. Stop asking questions and get the hell out of here.
That's right. Ooh. Whew. Stop being so difficult. Scalder and difficult asking
I'm not done talking to you.
questions. Alright, I'm gonna go chase her. What was that? Alright, you got that. God, I love this game so much. So, I know this is kind of a too early to tell kind of a thing, and also I don't even know if it qualifies for you guys, but do you guys think that a remake could ever be a game of the year. Like, do you guys ever think a remake of a game could be game of the year? Heyo, hey, Albie, welcome, and PJ, welcome. Good to see you guys. Welcome, welcome. Cause yeah, maybe. Cause I think that this game, I'm just gonna say it, like, it's so good.
Hey, I don't believe it.
I just.
Hello, human.
You been here long?
Long enough. Are we the last
I think
one
it's
alive?
just such a good
No,
game
no,
that
there's a
it
few of us.
almost deserves it.
That's good news, I guess.
Yeah.
That's of course I am.
You know, that is if it really is the best game of the
Who
year.
cares? Hopefully he's somebody's dinner by now.
What do you mean by that?
He's the bastard that locked me in here.
I'm sure he had a good reason.
He did. I was about to blow the whistle on his dirty ass. I'd have done the same thing to him, I guess. Hey, I'll make you a deal. Unlock this cell and I'll give you this. There's no other way out of that parking garage. Believe me.
Sorry, I can't do that. I have to talk to the chief first.
Look, we're both prisoners in this station. So either we play nice and help each other out, or... Shit. It's coming.
What? What's coming?
Come on. Come on, don't be an asshole. Hey, you need this. Just get me the fuck out of here!
Dang!
Who is that?
Yeah.
It's just me.
Wow, how convenient of you to show up right after
even know what
Mr. X
happened.
kills him.
Happened so
I think
quick.
for the 3-hour time, you would have to skip most upgrades and cutscenes. I agree. Yeah, you'd have to definitely skip the cutscenes.
He was an
And
informant.
the upgrades probably.
Had information of use to my investigation.
The crappy thing is that
Yes, it was true.
assisted mode doesn't count. You'd have to do it on standard or hardcore,
Hey, you can't keep walking away from me.
which is not the end of the world,
I don't
but
even know your name. I'm Leon Kennedy.
I've been playing a lot of multiplayer Minecraft. I started a little
I'm
town
Leon.
with my friend,
Leon.
and 3 other people also joined it.
it's
So
too late. talk.
it joined it. So there's 5 people in it. Oh,
My
cool.
name's Ada.
Well, I guess the deal's on.
Deal, my friend. I'll get you out, and you can give me that. So this guy right here. All right, first let's grab the crank. Let's grab the krang. Gotta go back this way. Use assisted mode to learn the game as much as possible as you are prepared for the harder difficulties. Yeah, that's basically what I'm doing. I'm basically playing through the game on assisted mode. This is like my 3rd time on assisted mode. Just picking up the straggler records and trophies and such. So I played it on Leon's story on standard. Then I played it on Claire's story, 2nd run, standard. Then I played it on Leon assisted mode, 1st run, pick up some straggler records and such. Because I didn't even do them the first time and I totally forgot. And this is, so 2 times on, this is my 2nd time on standard, on assisted. Let's see. It sounds like a lot of fun. Oh, it is. This game is a lot of fun. And I played through again. I didn't beat it, but I played through it one more time just to get all the raccoons. And apparently I missed like 1 or 2, I forget. So I just basically went through until I found them, and then I restarted. Like, I absolutely love this game. But, like, I think that this game is good enough to be nominated for Game of the Year. The question is, is it disqualified because it's a remake and not like an actual new game? My thoughts are, I don't think it should be disqualified because, like, technically, a game is a game. If we're talking about Game of the Year, you know, but at the same time, it's like, is this really its own game, or is it just like an extension of an already made game from, you know, 90 whatever, 98 I think it was? So, like, is this its own game, or is this just an extension? I haven't played Minecraft in a while. Yeah, me neither. My god, it's been forever. Alright, let's use the crane. I think the game is strongest when in the police station. It becomes pretty linear later on. This game? Yeah. I can agree with that. Yeah, I can agree with that. The sewer is not super linear, though. It's very similar. Alright, so this is what the knife is good for. The infinite knife. That's why I like the infinite knife. Right there. Is it this one? No, it's not that one. Push it back. It's must be this one. One of them has a no. There it is. Should have went with my initial instinct. Shoot. I think one of these also has something else. Is it this one? Yeah, this has a flashbang. Flashbang! Oh, I can't do that either. Again, why am I even worried about healing items if I'm not going to heal myself? Infinite knife is best. Oh yeah. Let me rephrase. There isn't much for discovery in comparison to the station. Yeah. The station is definitely the high point of the game. But it depends on what they classify as its own game or an extension of another game. Yeah, exactly. So that's pretty much the question I have. I'm wondering, you know, would this count as its own game? If it does, let's put it this way. If it does count as its own game, I would most definitely say that this is nominated for Game of the Year. Most definitely. I forget what there's a... what happens if I shoot them now?
Jesus.
If I shoot them now, there will be less of them. Alright, so they're dead. Hey! Belen Rodriguez! Wow. I haven't seen that name in a long time. Welcome! How you doing, Belle? It's good to see ya. I forget, is there a chest somewhere? I don't think there is. Shoot. Alright, well, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna drop this. Or, you know, actually, let's first do this. It's me, Bunny! You don't know why you're in this account. That's very interesting. Hello from the YouTube side and from other accounts. Hello from the other side. I just revealed my real name. Yeah, but we already knew what your real name was. Oh, shoot. Okay. To be honest, I don't even want this. I don't even want this thing here. I don't like... Oh, it's for the Matilda. I don't even use the Matilda. Screw it. Yeah. Here I am. Hello, Lil Arco. Welcome, dude. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Here I am, Bunny Space Lover. Hello, Bunny. Hello, Bunny. That's so funny. It like switched accounts on you. That's crazy. You know what? I'm just gonna get it anyway, and then what I'll do is I'll mix it with the other one. It's so crazy that I have to do that, but there's a part of me that's like I need to get it. I need to get it. Like I have to get it. I know it's crazy. Even though I'm not going to use it. Oh, I see. So, if you kill the other guy, this guy automatically comes up. Crap. Shoot. Shoot. Oh, darn. Alright. I have to do it to get the key. Darn. So we're going for 0 recovery items. We're going for read all files, and we're going for do the circuit board in certain moves. And I was also going for the stab William in the eye, which I already did that one. So we completed 1 out of 4 objectives. Oh, I'm not getting that. You know what? I'm not picking up healing items. It'll make it easier for me. Shoot. Oh, that sucks. I could just combine it. Actually, can I just combine it with that? Yeah. Beautiful. That's good to know. Because I need to get this too. Oop. That zombie falling off the table makes me laugh. It's his 15 seconds of fame. He's in the spotlight. I think it's... No, I think it's these two. No. It's those two. I also have to remember, like, all of the... Where is he? Oh, right, because I shot the dogs in the kennel. That's right, okay. So that does help you. Okay. That's good to know. Aha! I think there's going to be one that comes around the corner here. Admit it, some of you are like that when in the mornings. Definitely, it was like that this morning for sure. No! No! Dang it! Oh no! Oh, I can't take a hit this early on. I can't be in danger this early on if I'm gonna do the recovery items. I can't. I knew that dog was gonna get me. How did I miss him? Okay, good. Alright. Alright. I think what he does is he comes around. What? 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 How did that miss him? How did that miss him? Oh, that's bullcrap, dude. Alright. So, okay, so he actually comes around and stops before he attacks me. Dude, that made no sense. Like, granted, I didn't shoot him in the head, but I shot him in his legs. I should have done something. Like, it said I completely missed him. Bull crap. Oh, you jerk. This one's a fast one. I think there's another one up here. Or, yeah, right here. I think that's... There's two more in the... There's two more in the, parking garage. Alright, so this is actually open now. So why don't we go save? Hello, Fox. How's it going, man? Welcome. Good afternoon. Good afternoon to you as well, my friend. Cheers. What time is it right now? It's already 1:11. Dang. Good to see you, my friend. By the way, for those of you who came in a little bit later than right at the beginning, when I had a big announcement. Tonight I'm going to be doing, because tonight is a very special night, I'm going to be doing a unboxing video of a very particular game. Yes, that game is going to be Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice, baby. So, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. I am getting that game. I'm very excited about it. I've got the collector's edition. I'm going to be doing an unboxing video tonight after I pick it up. So it comes out at 9 p.m. I'm so excited. And the collector's edition, if you can believe it, was only 30 bucks more, and it comes with a ton of stuff. I'm not going to go through it again, but you'll see all the stuff that it comes with. Oh, cool! I should be around for that. Head cold, called in sick. Oh, dang, man, that sucks. Well, I hope you feel better, dude. Although I feel like head cold is probably the best sickness to have because, well, that's not true. Sometimes it really sucks when you're like super congested. Hopefully it's not that bad for you. But it's one of those sicknesses where like you have to stay home and like get better, but it's not to the point where you're like throwing up every 30 minutes or something. That's the worst. So it's kind of like a happy medium if there is such a thing with sicknesses. Like I hate it when I have super congested though. I'm a tiny bit congested right now, but that's just because I always am. Like, whenever oh, there they are. Let's go in here and grab whatever I need to grab. Forget what it is. Not even gonna grab that. Oh, crap! Alright, alright. Oh, what? Right, that's one. Alright, I'm not even going to grab the health. The sucks part is running out of tissues. Oh, that sucks. Yeah. Very true. Yeah. Seriously, it still sucks, but not to the point where you're like, you want to just die. Whoa! He's not dead? Holy! No! No, 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 I'm panicking, I can't panic. Whoa! I thought there were only two. There were three of them. Whew, I panicked a little bit, guys. But to be honest, to be fair and honest, this is probably one of the hardest parts in the game to avoid getting hit. Honestly, this is one of the hardest parts in the game, avoiding getting any kind of hits. The dogs, they're very unpredictable. And they're fast. Zombies, Mr. X, the William, I can avoid them because they're all of them are not that fast. All right, so we're gonna put this in here. There we go. That sucks though. I just used all of my shotgun ammo. I think I have more in the chest. I always have nasal spray ready at hand. I have ridiculously active sinuses. Dang, man. Yeah, my sinuses always fill up. I'm constantly sneezing. Sometimes feel like dying with congested nose. And sometimes not when it's strange with my absurd existence. Sorry, I forgot my happy pill today. You forgot your joy, Ohem. Take your joy. Ohem, take your joy. Let's see. Do I have... Yeah, I do have shotgun shells. Alright, cool. We'll take those. I have an absurd amount of healing items that I'm not even going to use. I have mag ammo. Why don't I have that with me? Because I have the magnum. I'm not even going to worry about the roll film. I don't need it. I know all the codes. I know all the stuff. That's right. I trapped you in, buddy. Ha ha. Oh, crap. There's two of them. Yep. There's three of them, actually. I forgot. Alright, ready?
Son of a bitch.
Oh god. This is what I love the infinite knife for, right here. That's right, buddy. Yeah. Let's see. No, I feel the same way. About the congested nose thing. I feel your pain, man. I feel your pain. What have you guys been playing lately? And Fox, have you been doing any streams lately? I'd love to know what you guys are playing these days. What is the password for this? No, wait a second. I'm in the wrong... No, it's not this one. Where did you just come from? You know what? I'm gonna trap you in here. Goodbye. Alright. Mr. X, where are you? Let's go down and... Oh, that's right. This is, Oh god, I don't even know if I want to go in there. Do I need to go down there? Just talking to myself. So there is a liquor out there. Tomb Raider Definitive Edition and started Rise of the Tomb Raider 20th Anniversary plus Forza Motorsport. Ugh. Forza Motorsport 6 and 7. Nice. I like Forza Horizon myself. So it's left. I believe it's oops. It's left 2, right 11, and left 7? No. I don't remember what it is. It's something like that. Oh, 9, 15, 7. 9, 15, 7. There we go. This I think it's a pouch. Yes, it is. Another hip pouch. Good. Then what's the one up? I gotta... Okay, I'm not going that way because liquor's out there. But I will go up this way. I miss playing Forza. Yeah, man. That's right, you don't have Xbox One. Honestly, it's probably either the best, if not the best, it's the one of the best Xbox exclusives. For sure. Faux show. Pretty sure there's a liquor in there too. I also have Forza Sport. God, why Sporter Mode? Forza Motorsport 2, Horizon 2, 3, and 4. Ooh, you do. What do you think about 4? I've played it for. I have it on Game Pass. Wait, how have I not unlocked that yet? Forza. Dang it, that means I'm gonna have to go through. Alright. So I gotta take out a liquor. It's not the end of the world. What was that? Oh, you know what I can do? Okay, so this one I believe has something to do with like left to. Let me see if I can find it. Claire's memo. This is one of the ones I was missing. Okay, so I only need... Do I only need one more? Right in the eyeball. Yeah, I only need one more file. Good. Let's see. Can't drive worth a damn. Oh wait, I bought the Messenger instead of Sekiro this week. You little no, or Seiko? What's Seiko? If you meant Sekiro, then you're dead to me. No. Let's see. Can't drive with a dam on dirt and water. Ice isn't that bad. Really? Okay. Yeah, it's always hard to drive when it's raining in those games. Speaking of Game Pass, Crackdown 3 didn't even appear on the NPDs. What's the NPDs? Oh, yeah, the newest additions. It didn't? That's so weird. I played that whole thing. It was actually a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. It was a little too short, though. A little too short for me, because I beat it in like 2 days. Lickers, if you move slowly, you can enter doors and they won't hear you. Yeah, can even snipe them through doorways since they can't open them. You can? Like you can shoot it like through the door itself, or just like once you open the doorway, you can shoot them. I bought the Forza Horizon 4 Edition Xbox One S version, then bought the Ultimate Edition a day or two ago. Nice. Typed the wrong name. Okay, so you didn't get Sekiro? Oh, blasphemy! Crackdown 3 wasn't bad. It just was 2007 good. Yeah, I think they probably knew that. So they were like, yeah. I don't remember the password for this. Left 2, right 12, I don't know. Left 8 or 9. It's something like that. Ugh. Do you guys remember what it is? I honestly don't even care if somebody looks it up. Like, I don't care. How have I not found any of the portable safes yet? This is for, yeah, this is for the other one. The power panel parts. There's memo. I don't know. Let's see. Yep, flashbang stun them, and you get a trophy for that, by the way. You get a trophy for using a flashbang on a liquor. You can shoot them when you open a door, then back through it, and then repeat. Rinse, repeat. Gotcha. Honestly, I'm glad you released it and owned up it was a mess. I'm glad you mean you're glad they released it and owned up to it. Yeah. I'm glad they released it too, because I had fun with it. I thought it was a fun game for what it was. I didn't even touch the multiplayer. I don't care at all about the multiplayer. What I will say though is there is actually a lot of replay value in the single player, because you can use your character and the map are two separate things. So you can use your character in several different maps. And then so you can basically play the game with the character, beat everything, level the guy up, and then use that same character and start a new map, start a new story, and then play that over again. And you can play it with people, like with other people. So you can basically be like, just dominate the second time around. I think that's kind of cool. Oh, I don't remember. I'm just going to look it up. There was one for single player and one for multiplayer. Not unusual. Call Crackdown 3 had several hands involved, making it too many chefs, so to speak. Yeah, there was a developer for single player, developer for multiplayer. All right. Safe combinations RE2. It's the first thing that pops up. Look at that. Like, I honestly don't even care right now. I've done this already like 3 times. I always forget the safe combinations. Let's see. Waiting room safe code. Left 6, right 2, left 11. See, I knew there was a 2 and an 11. So it's left 6, right 2, left 11. Okay. Left 6, right 2, left 11. Cheater of Kavach. I haven't followed the entire conversation. What mess? Crackdown 3. Radioactivity is tough. Yes, it is. Right 6, left 11. Oh, left 2, right 11, left 6. Dang it. I just got them backwards. I thought... What? Left 2. Really? Never bothered to even use one in school. Wait, use what? I'm lucky I remembered my locker combo in school. I didn't remember mine. I did not remember. So what was that again? All right. Did I just mess that up? I mean, isn't that what I just said? Left 2... Waiting room safe code. Left 6, right 2, left 11. Left 6. Of course, I already forgot it. Left 6, right 2, left 11. Left 6, right 2, left 11. Left 6, right 2, left 11. Damn it. Left 6, right 2, left 11. There we go. Write it on your hand. Oh, that's what this was? Really? Ugh. That was a waste of time. That was a complete waste of time. Oh, that's just stupid. You can't hear? You can't hear anything? Can you guys hear me? That's the heart. Yeah, okay, I remember. I gotta... So... Once I go downstairs, I'm gonna have to put that on the window. Oh. Yeah, I'll take that. Yeah. Oh, she's lurking. We got a lurker. Yep. Guess what, buddy? Haha. And there's this guy right here who's just looking at us. That's really funny.
Oh, what the hell?
Okay, I can discard this, so let's discard. I gotta get my practice on for practicing this not using the item box. Oh crap. Oh, whoops, I just went to the wrong door. No. Do I not have the clover key? I thought I had the clover key. Or I thought one of those was for the I guess not. Huh. Oh my god.
You bastard. Just...
Kill him, kill him, kill him, kill him. Yeah. We got him. ROFL, MAO. I just saw the Spaceballs alien you put up there. Hello, my darling. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal. That's right. That's right, buddy. I thought it was funny. Thought it'd be funny to do that. Baby, my heart's on fire. If you refuse me, honey, you lose me. that. Oh, that's right. I forgot it's locked from the other side. Yeah, I don't want that. So, we could go out this way, but I don't think we can get down, actually. Or we can get down. There is an item box down here. Yeah, let's just go down. Plus, it doesn't... Oh, it does break. Oh, that's weird, because it doesn't break with Claire. My brother always sings that. That's awesome.
Damn it.
Oh, it's so good. I want all the cop zombies to say stuff like, unpaid parking tickets, your headlight is out. That would be amazing. Now you're gonna have to pay the fine. Brains. Come on already. Open that door. Yeah! That's the way it's done right there. Alright. He be dead. They're having fun modding the PC version of this. That's what Ohem was saying. Scooby Doo apparently, or Shaggy I should say. Hello my honey, hello my darling, hello my ragtime gal. All right, store that. Store that. For now we'll store this. We can get it later. Tell me I'm your own. Ah, there's the key. That's what we've been looking for. Let's see. Imagine stumbling upon a secret area where the zombies are playing poker with chips in the shape of brains. That would be pretty funny. I would like that a lot. See, that, I never understood why companies don't want their games to be like open source like that, because it all that it does, like, yeah, I get it, like, you know, hacking and stuff, like, especially if it's a multiplayer game, it's different, but all that it does, like, look at Skyrim. It keeps people playing your game. And it's like you get more sales that way. It keeps your games relevant. So not only does it help for that game, but it helps you as a company, because it'll make people want to buy your games in the future too. Like if you keep it open source, and like your name will still be fresh in people's minds. Oh, big surprise, Mr. X. Oops, did I just shoot your hat off? My bad. Like, I never understood why companies don't just let that happen. Like, Doom was open source. Not the new Doom. The old one. The olden. Let's see, pirates. By the way, I'm gonna have to get. Oh, I want to go this way. I'm gonna have to get what did you say it was? The Pirate Island? Not Pirate Island. What is it called? The Telltale games. Is it Pirate Island? Is that what it's called? Pirates and Shareholders. That's the reason it's silly to us. Yeah. Well, but see, the shareholders, I would think, if they do it right, the shareholders will actually benefit from it too. I got the trophy for shooting his hat off by accident. Nice. Yeah, me too. I was going to say, id is a good example with Doom. Shareware, then open engine. Yeah, exactly. Alright, so we got to be careful because I'm pretty sure a liquor is going to jump out at us. I forget if it's first playthrough or second playthrough. If the window is cracked, then... Okay, we're good. The window's cracked. So I think it's Claire's playthrough. There we go. Left 6, right 2, left 11. There it is. Okay, so we just missed it by 2 seconds. And we got the portable safe. I like these things, actually. Ah, I see. Oops. Alright, so... Which one was it again? Okay, so... There we go. Got it. Let's take a look. Apparently there's a save? Oh no, but there's this. You ain't coming back to life. Okay, buddy? Yeah. Alright, we're good. Help! I'm in class. I'm falling asleep. Turn up the volume. Turn up that Valium. I find the safe very ASMR. The portable safe? What I love about what I think is ASMR... Wow, look at those jaggedy edges. That character model is all aliased out too. What I like about what ASMR I get triggered, what triggers me is like head massages. Oh crap. Is he down here? Yeah, the portable ones, they are very pretty sounding to use. I always love watching head massages because that always... it just feels like I'm getting a head massage. And like shampoo massage. Like a head shampoo. Ooh, yeah. I like it, that stuff. That's the good stuff. Like, I like getting head shampoos and head massages and shampoo massages, but I also like watching them. It's very relaxing. What is ASMR? You don't know what ASMR is, Flair? Your ASMR is chiptunes? Well, I think it stands for Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response. It's essentially, it's like anything that relaxes you, anything that you find super relaxing, and like that gives you like the tingling sensation, like from your head to your spine. That's pretty much ASMR. Alright, so I gotta go... Huh. I probably should have killed the liquor first, huh? Before having Mr. X run around. Crap. Well, that kind of sucks. Now I gotta deal with Mr. X and liquors. See you, buddy! My ASMR is push it. That's funny. Let's see. I should send you prompt cards for streaming so you know what to say. Do it. Let's save here. 148. Autonomous sensory meridian response is an experience characterized by a static-like or tingling sensation on the skin that typically begins on the scalp and moves down the back of the neck and upper spine. There you go. Alright, so we need to go get the other power panel part. What I need to do, though, is I need to figure out... I'm just going to walk. I think I'm just going to walk by this liquor. Because I think he's... Oh, he's right there. He's right there. Dude, can I go by, please? Yeah, okay. Really? Really? You're just gonna follow me? Ugh. That kind of pisses me off. I got a PSVR I'm borrowing. Anything you suggest I should play on it? Ooh, that's pretty cool. I have no idea because I haven't played any of the PlayStation VR games, but I've heard Doom, VFR. I've heard Until Dawn, Rush of Blood to the Head, or Rush of Blood to the Head. Until Dawn, Coldplay. Until Dawn, Rush of Blood. I bet you Bunny's gonna go, wait, what about Coldplay? Is good. Until Dawn, Rush of Blood. I'm just gonna go this way instead. And what else? I would say Borderlands 2 because it's VR. I heard Beat Saber is pretty cool too. You're like, how am I supposed to get past him? Screw it, I'm just gonna kill him. I had to. I had to, because I gotta get past him. I'm just gonna do that to the other one too. Is he coming? Alright, here we go. Yeah, Beat Saber and Super Hot. Yeah. That's probably really fun. Let's use this. Technically, if I keep that door locked, he's not going to come through. You know? So I could literally just keep it unlocked, or keep it locked, and I could just stay by the door. Alright, here we go. Okay, so. Oh, shoot. Wait. Oh. So. There we go. There you go, Fox. Just for you, bud. But yeah, guys, seriously, stay tuned for tonight. 9 p.m. is when I pick up the game, and I'll come home promptly to do a stream for that. Okay, so he's over there, I think. We'll find out. Maybe he's upstairs. I hope so. Oh, that's right, I forgot. Alright, so let me take you out real quick. Oh, I just wasted a mag bullet. Oh well. Okay, there we go. Got extra space. I smiled the entire time. I was a-smiling. Oh crap, I still have to go through the other way. Alright. We good. Crap. Crap. Keep going. Dude. Yes. See you guys. Alright. That was amazing. I'll take this grenade as well. Oh, I need to go back out that way too, don't I? Shoot. Yeah, I need to go back out that way. That's alright. Come and get me. Come on. Come on, boys. Crap. Alright. Let's go. Whoa! Dude. Oh! Okay. That's not the way to do it. Okay. There's 2 liquors in that room. Crap. I gotta go far, far back. Darn it. I gotta pee. Oh, dang. How am I gonna do this? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. The roof. Okay, so that's... Yeah, okay. Oh. Why didn't I save? Whoopsie. See you later, Mr. X. X gonna give it to you. What are you talking about? I didn't run in. That's lame. All right. It's right there. Hello, Mr. X. Don't worry, you will die. It was lame. Alright. Walking in. Wait, no. Whoops. We're walking in. Walking in. Shooting him in the head. Like that one took 2 hits to the head. The other one only took 1. That's very bizarre. Whatever. 'Twas a lame thing. I gotta unlock that door. Alright, walk. Let's walk over to this guy. Take him out. Then I'm gonna save it. Oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. Alright, he dead. X gon' give it to me. Oh, I gotta do all that over again. Alright. Let's just save for good measure. Okay. Try this on for size. I gotta do the portable safe again. Fox is like, yes! Portable safe. I wonder if it's gonna be the same combo. No, it's not. Hey, look at that. Hey. Yay! This game always makes me feel like I've just survived. Alright, so I gotta go back down to do that. Unlock that. We'll go back this way. I don't think he's right behind us. Or I don't think he's over here. He could be. If he is, then we screwed. Oh, crap. Is he upstairs? Yeah, he's upstairs. Alright, good. Let's see. Let's grab the locker stuff. Then we're gonna save. Okay. 203. 206. Oops. 208. Yeah, there we go. And then 102. Okay, and 103. There we go. Alright. Which I don't actually need these. This one I'll take because it's gunpowder. That one I don't care about at all. This one I'll take because it's shotgun shells. And this one I definitely want. Yeah! Alright. Let's go. Let's go save. I should have known better. Should have saved before doing the that crazy part. X gon' give it to me. Alright, let me save real quick. Oh god, I gotta pee. So just give me a second, guys, because I'm probably gonna be playing for a lot longer here. I don't want to hold it for friggin' 2 hours or no. Well, it's 2 o'clock now. Yeah. Anyway, let me. I'll be right back. X gon' give it to you. No, go pee. For the love of your God, make a BRB screen. For the love of God, make a BRB screen. Skeen. No thanks. We know Mike, and that's why we love him. Make him a BRB screen. He won't make it. I've made BRB screens before. Actually, I do have a BRB screen. I'll show it to you right now. Also got some gushers. So, kind of important. Let's see, where is it? This is my BRB screen. Literally the same as my thanks for watching, except it says coffee is mandatory. There you go. Gushes are so good. Of course it is. Of course that's a BRB screen. Just learned a curious fact about TC. I enjoy remembering the taste more. Well, isn't that what a BRB is? Like, what I'm about to do is more important than the stream. So I will be right back. Okay. Let's do it. I left my controller on. Dang it. I hate doing that. I like having it off when I'm not using it. Conserve battery power. Alright. Let's do it. So we need to go this way. You know what? I think I know what I'm gonna do. I think I know what I'm gonna do. Okay, no running. Gosh darn it. I need that back, dude. Ah, darn it. Alright. First time it worked perfectly. Yeah, see? Fox says it counts. Good enough for me. No. You weren't being silly. You were wrong. No, I'm joking. The hugging hallway. Yay, let's all just hug now. Of course this is going to be difficult now, of course. Actually, I wonder what would be easier? Because I've got a flashbang. What if I just took 2 flashbangs? Because what I'm going to do is, when I'm exiting, I'm going to throw a flashbang. Screw it, I'm running through. Are you... Of course he's looking at me that time. Did you see he was in a totally different spot that time? Dude, that's so lame. That's so lame. He was not in that spot the last time. Going to run past and bang the zombies. That's right. I'm going to flash them and then bang them. we go. CAP. Locker room. What locker room? I'm trying to remember. Oh, upstairs. Alright, see now he's... Oh, did I just get hit? I don't think I did. Yes. Run! What? 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 How did that flashbang not do anything? Are you kidding me? I just threw a flashbang that's supposed to stun them. I don't understand that. Oh, that is frustrating right there. How? I threw a flashbang that didn't even do anything. I threw the flashbang like a zombie. Bring the beads. Wait, when did this turn into Mardi Gras? Gonna flash them all. What? Now he's... Okay. Alright, you know what I'm gonna do? Come on, buddy. Come on. Come on. Mardi Gras in Spanish is great moms? So I might have to do this in a few steps. So step number 1. Yep, here he comes. Alright, step number 1. Crap. Alright, so I'm gonna have to wait for him to come in here first. Let's see if he comes in. Yeah, here he comes. Oh, that's a zombie. Okay. 2 zombies. That's actually... No, this is actually good. Of course. Oh! I think I got this, guys. No! Yes! 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 Oh, baby. Alrighty then. That was amazing. Let's go save. Power move. Oh, yeah. Cthulhu always barks at Mr. X. Alright. Whew. Whew. I can't believe we just did that. We got what we need. Let's save. So Mardi Gras, oh, madrasas. Madrasas in Spanish is great moms. Is Mardi Gras something in Spanish? Mardi Gras. Mardi Gras. That sounds more Italian. Mardi Gras. We gotta go this way. I think the result of my exam is uploaded. I don't want to see. Send it to one of us. We'll look at it. Alright, so other than that, I'm thinking of there's one more spot that might be difficult to get past without getting hit. That's the spot where I have to go through like 3 of those weird poisonous monster sewer things. Those sewer monsters. Wait, where am I going? Where am I going? That's the only other spot I can think of that might give me some difficulty. Literally, it's the only thing I can think of. That's gonna cause some attention. The ones William makes. Oh, is that what it is? You know what I was surprised about? Uh-oh. I was surprised that the giant spiders were not in this game. From the original. There he is. Wait till he comes down here. Alright. Let's go. I'm gonna have to shoot these zombies. Luckily, Mr. X... Oh god! Oh god. Alright, I gotta go. I gotta go. Shoot. Of course, I had to open my big mouth. Please tell me I can unlock it from the side. Oh, thank god. Woo-wee! Alright, let's go. Thank God. I don't think he can come into the clock tower. I'm pretty sure he can't. But... oh, man, do I want to... should I go save first? I just say I didn't. Nah, let's just do it. I don't think he can come in here. I'm pretty sure he can't. too much knife fun time. Thought when he puts the seeds in them, they grow into the sewer monsters. Could be wrong. Yeah, it's possible. Oh God. Please don't tell me I was wrong about this. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he can't come back here. Power panel parts. There's a Mr. Raccoon. I think the next thing I should probably try and do is beat it on, get an S rank. Because if I get an S rank, then I get the Samurai Edge, which is a pistol with unlimited ammo. And I can use that to then beat hardcore mode. What was that? Did I not just grab the... I thought I just grabbed it. I don't pretend to know Resident Evil. Well, no, I mean, you're pretty much... I'm pretty sure that's correct. In this story. Probably. I honestly don't know. Oh, you got it in the pre-order. You know, so did I. I was supposed to, and then I lost my receipt that had the code on it. So then I never got it. But I don't want it. I want to earn it. So I'm kind of glad that I lost the receipt for it. Lost the code for it. Because I want to earn that crap. Haven't even used it.
Hope I don't have to write a report.
The Samurai Edge and I think the Katana. You get both of those. You'd have to look. I gotcha. You got the same thing? Yeah. I was supposed to get it, but I never, like I said, I lost the code and then I'm actually kind of glad I lost the code because I really want to earn it. I want to earn it. Alright, so let's go. We gotta go back to the parking garage. Let's go save. Oh, I forgot about that. Wow, that scared the crap out of me, dude. I forgot about that. I thought that was like Mr. X grabbing me or something. Like grabbing me from underneath. He was just like... Yeah, it's like, yeah, basically, it's a cheat, yeah, it's like a cheat code. It's, you get a code for it. Cheats you can unlock, oh yeah. I want to go down. Been streaming for 2 hours, alright. Let's store that. Flash grenade. Let's see. Wow, I've got so much gunpowder. It's ridiculous. Too much. How much? Too much. I guess I don't need anything else. Let's save it. They had that in Modern Warfare Remaster. It made me smile. Really? Cheat codes that you can unlock? That's pretty cool. I saw some guy doing the Platinum Trophy for Modern Warfare Remaster. I guess there's no multiplayer trophies? I hope. It didn't seem like there was. He didn't say there were. Which is pretty cool. I like a lot. I'm not going the right way. What am I doing? I don't want to go this way. I want to go this way. Oh, jeez, he's right in front of me. Woo! That could have been bad. What cheat codes did they have in Modern Warfare? Oh my god, I'm so excited for Sekiro! I cannot wait for Sekiro, guys. Also, there was a femme zombie around here somewhere. Is she still in that room? Yeah, I think she's still in that room. Okay, good. Sorry, Charlie. Yeah, we good, we good. Okay, so this is the part where I have to look up how to do... I think it's within 7 moves? Oh, you know what? I do need to save it real quick. Because if I mess this up, then I gotta start all the way back from the other side of the map. So let's save it. Infinite ammo, cluster grenades, melon head, slow-mo, stuff like that. Wow, that's pretty cool. 13 moves? Okay. 13 moves. Alright. Oh, what am I doing? Oh no, wait, that's first run. What about second run? Because I think it's different for second run. Because I think I already got the 13 moves one. Let me just double check here. Yeah, circuit breaker. Open the jail's electronic cell door in 13 moves. So I got that one. So hardly any resistance. That's the one I need to do now. Actually, what the heck is hardly any resistance? Is that... Let's just double check here. Hardly any resistance. RE2. Circuit breaker and hardly any resistance guide. Let's take a look.
Just only
What is this? Metro? Yeah, it's Metro. Exodus. Okay, 1. Alright. Perfect. I got it. Wait, no. This is... Which one is this? Yeah, this is hardly any resistance. Okay. So according to this, I should be able to get it. So here we go. Did I just save it? Break room. Dark room. Yeah, okay, this is the break room. Here we go. So I think it's less, you have to do it in less than 11 moves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, you got to do it in less than 11 moves this for the second run. And then also, I've got a grenade, but shoot, maybe I should have a flashbang for this zombie here. Hey, it's fine, whatever. Yeah, I should probably have a flashbang on me. Crap. Alright, let's just reload. Because now that I'm thinking, all the zombies that are going to come out, and then Mr. X is chasing me, I gotta have a flashbang ready. Saving is free, so save often and save a life! But it also affects your score, so... It's not, technically it's not free. It's at the price of your grade. Melonhead. Slow-mo. I'll have to check that out. I'm guessing if you unlock the cheats, you won't be getting any of the trophies, right? Or the achievements. That would make sense. Anyway, the only real hard one that he had troubles with was beating it on the hardest setting. Beating it on the hardest difficulty. That was the only real challenge. Cheats turn off trophies, okay. But the guy who got that I watched get the platinum, it was the beating the course in like the practice course in like the certain time that you needed to beat it in, like 15 seconds, and then beating the entire game on the hardest difficulty setting. He said that was really challenging. It took him like 3 months to do. You know what? Why don't I just knife this guy right now? I should have just done that. Come on, arm. Come off, arm. Come off, arm. There we go. Just in case I need it. Alright. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Beautiful. There you go, guys. I probably could have figured it out, but kind of running out of time here. I just want to get through as much as I can.
You told me this interview was about the new scholarship umbrella setup.
Come on, that nobody cares about that. They want to know about the G virus and that big fucking sinkhole in the city, which, by the way, rumor has it goes straight to your underground lab. Now, are you gonna talk to me, or are you gonna...
This interview's over.
Bitch.
Yay! First aid spray that I'm not going to use.
What?
Yay!
What are they after?
Alright, so records. Yay! Got it.
That's not good.
Let's wait until they all get a little bit closer. Alright, let's go. Oh, that's right, I forgot Mr. X comes this way. Crap!
Give me a break.
Alright, come on, come on, come on. Oh crap, oh crap, oh crap! Oh, he just missed me. Alright, I do need to throw a flashbang. Go, go! Oh crap! Is what you are doing unlock anything? Yeah. Oh, well, I unlocked the
This is getting old.
concept art,
Saving your ass. That's
models.
I didn't realize you were keeping
Eventually,
score.
twice. Look, this isn't a game.
it'll unlock weapons and stuff like that, and also trophies.
Dies down here. Take it you have the key card.
Yeah. And this. I was hoping you could explain what's on it.
Maybe. After I hear it. Let's get out of here.
Fine. Be that way. I missed some shotgun shells back, you know, at the whatever it's called, police station, because that was one of the lockers. But whatever, who cares? I don't need them. Don't need that. I thought there were shotgun shells here too. Is it back over here?
Is that the intel you needed?
Unfortunately, no. Ben didn't come through.
Well, what exactly are you looking for?
More info on the people responsible for this mess.
You got it. Gun shop kendo. That's funny. I love how it's basically Monster from Frankenstein.
Road's out. Going through that gun shop looks like the only way.
Yeah, he's got like the little, whatever they are, the little antennas, little prods sticking out of the sides of his head.
What a mess.
Gun shop kendo. Alright, I will take this attachment. Thank you very much. Yeah, baby. Lightweight, lightweight. I think that's everything. Just want to be sure. I cannot wait to be playing Sekiro.
I'm not gonna hurt you.
I said don't move.
I'm just passing through.
I might even
Ask
play
you
it
to lower that
after I pick up my wife.
You're gonna turn around, go right back out the way you came in.
I just might, guys. I just
Thank you for
might.
your help, sir.
me how to deal with my daughter.
Drop it.
No! Wait!
Step aside. We need to terminate her before she turns.
Terminate. It's my fucking daughter.
Ada. Just let them be.
Emma? Sweetheart, I told you to stay put.
Daddy.
Daddy's here. Okay?
I really want to play his story.
Those fucking things outside. What they did to us. You're a cop. You're supposed to know something. How did this happen? Huh? She was our sweet little angel.
He doesn't know I'm a cop. I'm wearing street clothes.
I was sleeping.
The extra DLC for this is going to be interesting. I know, I can't wait.
And I'm gonna put you to bed too, okay?
I'm going to be playing this a lot. You guys are going to see me playing this a lot. But I don't care. I like this game. I'm having some fun.
Just go. Just give us some privacy.
Still to do the DLC for RE7. I did the free
One thing to keep the
DLC
truth
for it.
from me, but why him? I want to find out what's happening here and stop whoever's behind.
So
it.
yeah, I did the
Helping
Not a
people
Hero
like them?
DLC.
That's why I joined the force.
I liked it. It was good. It was a little short, but good. It's DLC. I mean,
My mission is to take down Umbrella's.
I can't expect it to be as long as the game, the base
Did you not
game.
make it out?
Whatever it takes to save this city. Count me in.
Short is good. Sometimes. I mean, it's free, so yeah, I guess so. Gunshop Kendo. Bob Kendo. What's his first name? What's his first name? Is it Bob? Bob Kendo. It's funny because my last name is Kendall. My dad's name is Bob.
Heard of the Umbrella Corporation?
And my
They're a
brother's name is
pharmaceutical
Bob.
company secretly
Bobby.
making bioweapons.
I'd
They
always
have
take a short
virus.
game, a
It
short
turns
great game
people
over a
into
long
indestructible
good one.
monsters.
That explains the horrible
Really?
things I've seen.
I wouldn't say I would always, but short great game does have its perks. I'm sure the replay value is high.
And that's why I'm looking for Annette Burton. She's the one at Umbrella responsible for unleashing the virus. I'm going to bring her down.
So like, okay, would you rather play trying to think of a short great game. All right, give me a short great game that you love.
This is how we get to Annette.
Based on what you've said, the sewer seems fitting.
Well said. After you.
Portal,
Gee,
okay.
Thanks.
So, would you rather play Portal or The Witcher 3? If you had to choose between one or the other. You can't play both. You can only play one. Would you choose Portal or would you choose The Witcher 3?
Can't imagine a real scientist
Although-
being here.
According to HQ, this leads right into Umbrella's.
You'll probably say that Witcher
Come on.
3 is not a good
Sewers
game,
are
it's a
run by
great
the
game.
city. How could they have a facility without the authorities knowing?
Welcome
You'd play
to
Portal,
Portal.
okay.
Umbrella's controlled Raccoon City. for
Interesting.
years.
I would... I have Witcher 3, the complete edition. I haven't played it yet, though. Damn. It's a for you, Flair. I think it's right up your alley. It's such a good game. It's a game changer, really. It's a masterpiece. Witcher 3 is a great game.
Jesus.
Really tough thing to choose between.
That
Yeah.
earthquake?
I sure as hell hope so.
She hopes it's an earthquake. Oh. You know what that means, guys? Gunshot Kendo.
What the hell?
Stay sharp. God only knows what's down here.
God only knows. All right. Let's see. Put that away. We don't really need the flashbangs anymore. I don't really need these either for now. Let's save over this guy. There we go. Portal's a game I would play that I would for sure play. Yeah, since you've got Portal in your name, I would imagine so. It's a great game. Don't get me wrong, it is a great game. But I think I would choose Witcher 3 over Portal. It's one of the reasons I like rogue games. They are short stories that don't always have a good ending. That's cool. So then, would you choose indie over AAA? Considering usually AAA titles are long and indie titles are usually short? And provided that we're just talking about the good AAA and the good indie. You're more of a good indie than good AAA?
Again?
It's not too late to turn back, Leon.
No chance. You're stuck with me to the end.
Here we go. Heck yes, I even just said that I bought The Messenger
You
over
sure
the
this is
AAA
the
game
right
you
way?
bought. You're gonna get it, man.
Wait there.
Wait, The Messenger. I'm trying to think. Oh, is that the Metroidvania? Like it kind of looks like Ninja Gaiden, but it's more like a Metroidvania.
Leon! Get out of there!
All right, which way does he go first? All right, he goes that way first.
Holy shit!
It's left, right, left. Same as the safe combinations. Oh my gosh. Goodbye. I love that part.
Chew on that, you overgrown son of a bitch.
I love it. That's amazing. Let's see, I got that Mr. Rackman. Of course I got it. I have the knife. I'm a ninja. Heck yes, I even... Oh. I'm a ninja!
Just get up here.
I'm pretty sure I know which one you're talking about, but yeah, I'll check out that video. Yeah, you're a ninja in it, right? It's like a platforming game.
You said the virus turned people into monsters, not reptiles.
Can't believe you, man.
I'm just impressed.
If you really want to be a ninja, you should have gotten Sekiro. That's too bad. You let me down, man. I did hear, though, that it does have a co-op mode. So, We could do co-op streams.
So let me get this
Sekiro.
straight. Umbrella sells monsters like that to who? Our military? Somebody else's?
They don't sell the monsters. They sell the viruses.
Yeah,
And Annette is who makes
that's
the
what I heard.
viruses. Scary as that alligator was, Annette is far more
We'll be able to
dangerous.
confirm it tonight. Yeah, you can pre-order it right now, either on digitally, or you can pre-order it, you know, at GameStop or your local place, local video game store. Although I will say, if you do it with your local video game store, you're not necessarily guaranteed a copy tonight or tomorrow, rather, because technically the release is tomorrow. I got it on PlayStation, PS4. So yeah, dude, if anybody who gets it, I am more than willing to do a co-ops with y'all. But all right, let's save it again. But if you pre-order it at GameStop, you will literally get it tonight at 9 p.m. Whereas if you pre-order it with digitally, I don't think you'll get it until midnight tonight, or even by tomorrow.
Identify yourself.
Annette Birkin.
She's who we're looking for?
Not much time. Need to dispose of it.
We're here for the G virus.
That's not gonna happen.
I'm warning you, Doctor.
Oh yeah?
Hey!
Stop!
Why didn't they just shoot her when they had the chance?
You'll never get the G virus!
Never!
Didn't expect that from a scientist. Leon.
Oh,
Forget
that
about
reminds me, Flair.
Just go. Stop her before she gets away.
You might find this pretty cool. You probably already have this, but maybe you don't. I've got this guy. Picked it up not too long ago.
Outside the facility, in pursuit of Annette.
So, this is Final Fantasy 15, the Steelbook Deluxe Edition.
It's not on her. It
So,
must be in the nest.
I think it's backwards still, but this is the Steelbook.
Once it's in hand, I'll call for extraction.
Final Fantasy 15. Yeah, I got it. I picked it up at GameStop
But you can't hide.
because it was what they call a SKU conversion, which basically they'll convert their new games to pre-owned if it hasn't sold in like. Why was she moving? Oh, she just randomly does that. If it'll convert from new to pre-owned if they haven't sold it in a long time, like if they haven't sold the copy, they'll take what is considered what is a new game and they'll just sell it for pre-owned price. So I got a brand new game for pre-owned price. I usually wait until that happens to buy games. The art of Final Fantasy is always amazing. Yeah, it does look really cool. Alright, so let's get through.
It's secret weapon time.
Let's get through her. Hello. I don't think I can go this way. Yeah. Alright. I wonder if Leon is going to have full health after this part, since he's like resting. That'd be kind of nice. Yeah. Yep. Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. It's a Dark Souls game. Or I'm sorry, no. It's a From Software game. Who made they made the Dark Souls games. They made Dark Souls, they made Bloodborne. So and honestly, I just have such a love for Bloodborne. And the Dark Souls games I love, but Bloodborne, man, that is my jam. I love that game. Alright, I have to go... Whoopsie. There we go. Hello, welcome home. Welcome home, Bunny. Welcome back. I'm watching a review of it right now. What, of Sekiro? Sekiro's up your alley for sure, but I have to support the little guys first. That's fine. Yeah, totally. I totally get that. Don't worry. Wow, that was pretty awesome. Yeah! Can this day get any better? Is there anything over here? Oh, just the dude. Can this day get any better? I submit that it cannot.
Got you now. Always been good at running, Matt. I'll give you that.
Alright. So we have to... I forget. No, that's not what I want. I don't think. That's for the door back there.
Persistent bastard, aren't you?
Nope. Goodbye. Haha! I did it. Without even getting touched. Whose alley? Mike's alley. That's awesome. That's right up your alley. Wait, whose alley? Mike's alley. Oh, okay. Yeah, his alley? Yeah, it's up his alley. Not my alley, though, but definitely Mike's alley. Wait, what alley are we talking about here? The alley behind my house? Alright, yeah, let's save. I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. It looks like what I wanted from Neo. Ooh. I also heard Neo was a good game that I need to play, that I need to get into. The Soul series. Soulsborne. Soulsborne Akiro. And how about yourself, Bunny? How are you doing? Did you check your test result? Or did you opt not to look? I can't do it yet. Really? I got that. Alright, it is 3 o'clock.
Gonna burn me alive now.
You'll never get your filthy hands on the G.
Get your filthy hands off the G.
You realize that?
And you won't die alone.
You should be wearing that sweater I love, otherwise you should be scared. Ooh, is that a threat?
She's doing?
Want to join me in Mike's Alley? Yeah, but I forgot to make this known to the group chat. I am available on Fridays during the day, so... All right. Okay.
Visitor clearance confirmed. Your ID is authorized until October 1st. Please return before this date.
Not gonna happen.
I love how she's wearing this outfit, though. It's like... Really? This is what you decide to wear on, like, Z-Day? In high heels, like...
Enough with this cat and mouse game.
The game is over.
I feel dumb. What alley? I'm lost. I just got home. It's fine. It's just an inside joke from earlier.
Tell me, is your husband still alive? Or did you kill him so you could take credit for G?
Interesting theory.
I'm so excited for Sekiro!
If you don't cooperate, I'll get a sample from the nest.
Uh-oh.
Over my dead.
Exactly. It will be over your dead body. Sounds very dark, to be honest. Nah. Just a silly joke. Join me in Mike's dark alley. Oof.
Where's Leon when I need him?
I'm not going to watch a review for it, by the way. I'm going to just go into it blindly. And we'll see. All I've seen basically are the trailers. I did watch like somebody play the demo. I didn't watch them actually play the demo. They were just talking about the demo and they showed some clips of it. Probably because they weren't allowed to show the whole thing.
Ada? Damn it.
All right, let's see. What is our health at? Still caution. Dang it. That's all right.
Ada?
I'm cool with
Where
that.
are
I'm
you?
cool with that. Let's see. I'm gonna have to find a save point soon. Possibly stop. Yeah, there's a save right here. I don't want to stop yet. I do have to take a shower and eat food. Sekiro reminds me of Ninja Gaiden, Lords of the Fallen 2. Lords of the Fallen was a great game. I actually really enjoyed it. The story was okay. The story was meh. The gameplay was fun. And Ninja Gaiden, somebody was saying that it seems like it's Ninja Gaiden on hard, basically. If you played Ninja Gaiden on hard, that's basically what it is. Let's see. What do we need? I think we're okay. Let's just go ahead and save for like the 17th time. But yeah, Lords of the Fallen was a good game. I enjoyed that game. With that said, oh, that felt good. So we still need to get, so the Ghost Survivors, we got to get these trophies. Which essentially is just beat it. I think it's like beat the hardest one and then get all the records for it. So I need to read one more file, which let me just see where that is right now, because I hope I didn't miss it. I don't think I did. I think it's at the end. I think it's close to the end. So Leon second route only, Leon second route only. So 14 minutes. So it's Claire's. Stupid commercials. Let's see if I can find this. So it's third to last. Yeah, third to last. Leon second route, and I got Claire second route only. Claire's note. Leon second B route only. Cable car platform, middle sewers, just north of the treatment pool room. Oh, okay, so I'm pretty close to it. Oh yeah, it's in the oh, okay, it's in here. Right there. Okay. By the cable car. That's easy. I can do that. Not at the moment though, but I'll definitely get it. So we have to do that. We'll get the trophy for that once we do that. We have to, like I said before, complete Leon's story on S rank, complete Claire's S rank, complete Leon's on hardcore, complete Claire's on hardcore. So it'd be much easier if I just, well, I don't know if it'd be much easier. It'd probably take less time if I did Leon and Claire both on hardcore and S rank, but I don't even know if I could do that, because that would be a big challenge. Frugalist, we're gonna try. I think we're gonna be able to get this trophy by the end. I'm pretty sure I can do just fine without any healing items. I might die a couple times and have to restart, but whatever. Opening the item box, that should also be pretty easy. I just have to literally not open the item box, just avoid it. Small carbon footprint. This one's like I said, it's gonna be tough. And then the fourth survivor. That's basically that. But speaking of Lords of the Fallen, I got the platinum for that a while back. The only one that was tough, really, were these three. It's just complete it on Cleric, complete the game as Cleric, complete the game as Rogue, and complete the game as Warrior. The reason, I mean, it's just time. It just takes time because you have to beat it 3 times. And the New Game Plus was, I got to the final boss and it was way too hard. I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. He was so hard. It's funny because the first run, he was hard at first, and then I leveled up and I beat him easily. Second run, he was really easy. Third run, he was impossible. So weird the way that it worked that way, but he was impossible. It was so hard. I don't want to get back into this now, though. I'm at level 16. Whoop, whoop. And yeah, guys, I think that's going to be it for today. I do appreciate you guys watching, as always. Let's go ahead and quit, go back. As always, I appreciate you guys sticking around, watching. And let's see, move that. Like I said, I'll be doing the stream tonight, the unboxing stream. You bought Sekiro? Yeah! Alright, Flair. Woo! Well, I'm always game if you are, man. Same with you, Fox. If you guys want to play with me for a stream or whatever, I'm cool with that. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and stop it there. I will see you guys later tonight for the unboxing video. And yes, I'm going to... Oh, you know what? I got to set up the video, too. Okay. Yeah, I got to go. All right. I'll see you guys. Have a good one. See you later.